All right, welcome to our SOS Systems of Success call, and I'm Claire Dolger from Cottage Grove, Wisconsin. And I'm really excited to have all of you on here, and I think we'll be adding more as time goes on. And happy Easter to all of you. Belinda is on, so when we get to that point, Belinda, you can unmute, but it'll be a little bit. So we're just super excited to have all of you on. And we will do a recording, so if you have friends that couldn't get on tonight, we will have that for them. So just a couple things. I wasn't on last week because I was in Boston learning lots of great things from Beth Jacobs. But I just wanted to say, when you're organized, you're making better use of your time and making more money. And that's why we are introducing this to all of you. We've had this for quite a few years, but we're constantly updating it because, as you know, things evolve. And so we're introducing more and more of the virtual shows and more things online.
So that's clear.
Oh. So if you need to, if you have any background noise tonight, just go ahead and mute yourself. Otherwise, it's okay if you want to talk. So I just want you to know that we are working on evolving all of this for you. So, and if you want to do the paper tracking like some of us do, you can, but if you want to put it onto your computer, you can absolutely do that. But I want you to at least have something to start with and give it a good shot, because one of the hardest things is to take a system and then maintain it and to continue to do it over and over again. But having these systems is going to create some balance in your business and relieve some of that brain power, trying to remember everything. And if you think of a CEO of a company, they don't try and remember everything. They have it written down and they track things. So we also want to eliminate a lot of Post-it notes and try to have these systems for you so you can go back and have all of your information in one place for your entire business. So tonight we're going to work on our bookings, on our how to track our leads, and then also customer service. And of all of them, well, there's nothing really most important, but customer service is something that we're going to spend a lot of time on tonight. So I wanted to share just one simple thing. I know one of the gals had asked me this just at one of our last meetings. So if this is just a spiral notebook, and I have one spiral notebook for notes if I'm taking any online courses like this, or from the home office. I have one notebook that I take all my notes in. So that's one tip. But if you have orders coming in, I'm not very good with earbuds here. If you have some little tabs, this is really helpful just to have a notebook. And in here I have credit card numbers. So if somebody calls me with a credit card number and I'm not by my computer and I need to have that, I have a place that it goes and not a Post-it note to lose, okay? Maybe it's somebody who is just ordering something and has called me and I'm gonna add it onto a show and I just need to remember, put it under the orders tab. And then I also have phone numbers, like if somebody calls me and I just need to call them back. So however this can help you, this is just a really, really simple system, but at least you have everything in one spot, all right? So tonight we're gonna talk all about tracking. And as Jason said, at his work, if you don't track it, it didn't happen. Well, then a lot of things wouldn't be happening in our business. And as you know, our business isn't hard. It just, we have so many moving parts. And so we need to track all of those. All right, so we're gonna start with, let me go in here. We're gonna start with contacts. So this would be chapter 3, and I will get all of these into a note for all of you who couldn't get into our file system. So I will have that ready for you tomorrow. But in there, under Contacts 3, we are going to have some documents for you about how to make contacts from your list, some of the words that you want to use, and how you can fill your calendar. But I want you to know that nowadays we have so many different ways to contact people. You know, when Paula and I started in the dark ages, all we could do was use our phone, and that worked brilliantly. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here anymore. But now there are so many different ways to contact people, which sometimes it's a great thing, but it also creates confusion sometimes. But I want you to be thinking as we go through this, what to say and what not to say. So one of the big no-nos when you're contacting people is to say, can you book a show for me? That is like the biggest no-no. That is all about you. It doesn't say anything about that person at all. So if you have been saying that and you're not getting bookings, that might be the reason why. But I want you to start thinking about what are some of the things that work for when you're booking your shows. What are some of the words that you do say? And what are the things that you can concentrate on? And right now we are getting into spring and lots of fundraising and lots of graduation ideas that people need. And we also have people that are in life at lightning speed going from place to place. So you might be thinking about how can you help these customers improve their life. So as you're making calls, you might want to be thinking about that and making your calls to and messages, text messages, or green dotting to be all about them. And one of the biggest things you can do is always call them by name. So even if you copy and paste a message, make sure you put their name on it so they feel like it is all about them. And the other thing you want to do is you want to put in that message why you thought of them. And be very particular in your words and specific. So one thing that we highly suggest is that you go ahead and write down a list of people's names and then add a note behind of why you are thinking specifically of them. All right? I don't know if you have any questions about that. So we are going to go ahead and you can put your list of 40, your list of 100, anybody who's a contact. And we'll have a sheet in this area that you can start listing people. But if they have not booked a show, if you're not host coaching them, they belong in this area, and that's contacts. And it is important to have them in one specific area. So one of the other things that's in this area is something called the out and about cards. And you can just put these, print them on some paper. Some of you have made some that are more professional, but it is important that you have this when you are out and about. So be thinking about when you are at a store or a restaurant or anywhere, having something where people can put their information on. And you can say, I handpick the people that I work with on my team. You provided exceptional customer service. I would love to work with you. Would you mind putting your information on this card? And I'll follow up with you when you are not working. I know you're busy right now. So this is a great thing. Just print it off, cut it apart, and you have some instant cards that you can be handing out when you are out and about. Okay? So that is one of the things. So we have your information of what to say and then some out and about cards in contacts. So I'm going to skip down to chapter 5 and we have our bookings. And in here, we have overcoming booking hesitations. Now, this is a great place to spend some time, and it's just a wonderful place to look for hesitations that people have. Sometimes we call them objections, but it's just a hesitation that maybe they're not going to book a show right now. So in here, you're going to see lots of different things, such as I need to check my calendar, my house isn't big enough, I don't know enough people, I'm too busy, I need to check with my roommate or my husband, not right now, maybe in a few months, my kids are in sports right now. I'm thinking about it. You've heard them all. They're all here. So this is a great place to spend some time and to have as a reference. And that's what we want, is our book to be a reference for you. So when you're on the phone with somebody, you can easily go back and look at that, even at a show. Of course, you don't read it word for word. So one of the things that I like to do personally is, I know you all have the 15-minute calendar. Hopefully you did that for your homework. And there's a binder that has every month of the year and a pocket folder. And you can put your prize drawing slips in those as people say that they want to book shows. This is something that I have found super helpful to me, and that is just to put this right inside of that binder. And I'm just putting down the people that are interested or have booked a show. And what the beautiful part about this is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on a page. So if you are booking 8 shows a month, and you see that in the month of May, you have 8 people that have booked shows, you know that you're in pretty good shape. You might want to book a couple more. But if you have people on here that say they're interested, but they haven't booked yet, you know they're not a booking until they've set a date. You know who to follow up with, but you know that you might have a little bit more work to do. Or maybe in June you look at your potential booking sheet and you have 2 people on there, and you know, I've got to get busy right now. It's kind of staring you right in the face all the time of where you need to put your attention to keep your show schedule going strong. So I print one of these, put it behind each month. I'll put their little prize drawing slip in the pocket, but it is right in my face, and I know exactly what is going on in my business all the time. I'm trying to decide which. Okay, I didn't want to click on the wrong one. 118 booking ideas is going to go in this chapter, and so those are all great things to reference. And like I said, it is a reference. And I just wanted you to know that our goal is to have 100% of you active every single month. You know, that is our goal, because you didn't sign up for Pampered Chef to do nothing. So what we are hoping that you are doing is that you're going to be active, and you're going to be earning an income and achieving all the goals and dreams that you want. So hopefully this is going to help you do that. All right, so the next one that I want to go to is customer care. And that's where we're going to spend most of our time tonight. And I'll bring this one up. This one has a lot of moving parts, and I want you to know that customer care is probably the best use of your time. Of course, we always want to be out and about looking for new business, because that's what's going to drive our business for constant new people. But customer care is taking care of the people that we have already met. And I had a show with a gal who does advertising, and she said that this is where it is at. She actually was a speaker for the Chamber of Commerce in Cottage Grove, and this is where it's at. So if you're skipping this portion of your business, you're faltering. And really, it's all about attitude. So one of the sheets in here, I believe Karen Smith worked on years ago, but it's still so pertinent, and it's that attitude of gratitude. And I want you to think that customer service is an attitude of, I care about you. And if you constantly keep that in the front of your mind, you are always going to be driving your business in a really positive way, letting anyone that you have worked with know that you care about them. So the attitude of is in the way, I'm going to show you the way to go, or your customer is in the way. And if you think about it that way, it really puts things into perspective. So if somebody calls and needs help with something, your attitude towards that is going to come out loud and clear that you care about them and you're going to provide a way for them to have a solution, or you are figuring that they're just in the way of your business, taking up time. So as you do that, there are some key words that I want to share with you. There's a book, The Big Book of Attitude. Angie Perkins just shared this with me last week, and there's a whole chapter on customer service. The author is Sam Glenn, and it's really very interesting. But he said the key words are, let me see what I can do. So if somebody contacts you and they have a broken product or something isn't quite right, the key words, and write these down and underline them and put them above your computer. Let me see what I can do. So what does that do? It calms their fears. It calms them down right away. And think about if you've ever had an issue at any store, anywhere that you go, if the person that you're talking to would just say, let me see what I can do, all of a sudden it just de-accelerates how you're feeling inside. So that's the first thing that you want to remember. And then if there's something that you can't do, you just want to let them know, I really did try to resolve your situation, but there's nothing I can do with the company. But what I can offer you is another solution. And at that point, you could offer maybe a discount, or you could offer to do a show so they could get their product at a discount or free. So when you take care of your customer as far as you can, just using those keywords is really important. The consequence of complacency is lost business and future business. So the consequence of complacency is lost business and future business. So if they think you don't care about them and you only call them for shows, that's when you lose your people. But when you call them with the 222, that's when you are going to have greater success. So I wanted to have Belinda talk for just a couple minutes, and then I will go into the 222 with you and some tracking forms that we use. But Belinda, can you unmute?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
Yep.
So how has customer care changed your business?
I guess I thought I had good customer care before I did the director program, and then I took a lot of hints from that and just continued to follow through. And my last 3 months have been really good. Just this weekend, I contacted one of my customers that had a question between the rock and the deep covered baker, and then we talked about it, and she ended up booking a show. So I think just getting back to them in a timely manner and just working with them, like, let's see what I can do, and then get back to them, and so that they're not waiting. And on Friday, I had a list, so I got all of mine that I needed to get done to on Friday.
So what types of customer care do you do, like after a show happens?
Calling more instead of always texting and messaging, giving them a call, asking about their products. Actually, I just had sent a message Brought some recipes, so gave them some links, sent some recipes. I know on my VIP page, I put a lot of different follow up with them and comment.
Okay,
And my virtual shows are doing really well too.
good, good, good. So what has been other results that you've gotten from your customer care? Just even beyond the monetary, what has happened?
Me for the passion and really liking the product and explaining things, not just real quick. So I try to explain a lot of questions. So I sat with her, she came in, and then I worked with her too on some of the different products and how to use it. So she really appreciated being in a rush with it.
Okay, so it goes beyond the monetary. It's people knowing that you really care about them and you're willing to take the time to take care of them, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what I want to share with you are some different ways to track. Okay, so there's a couple documents in here, when to make customer care, the words to use, but the attitude of gratitude is key. So if you're going to print off something, it's going to be the attitude of gratitude, and it's going to be the actual words to use for the 222. So I don't know if you all have heard about that, but the 222 is following up 2 days after your show. Oh, jeepers. Are you all there?
I'm still here.
Me too.
All you